Have you ever thought of your past as being wasted? Wasted time, energy, efforts, filled with all these things that just seem to have gotten you nowhere? Well, I want to encourage you guys and remind you today that we serve a God that wastes nothing. As humans, we have a tendency to dispose of broken things, things that no longer serve us. And in some ways, it is a good practice to put away things that will not serve us. There is really no good in harboring rubbish or garbage or things that, will attract pests and bugs. But we serve a God that sees our lives, our past, our present, our future, sees all the broken parts, all the broken bits, and still finds use for it. There's a song that I often hear growing up in church that there is no broken vessel that God won't mend. And I often imagine God as a potter, as he is often metaphorically referred to. And I can just see him picking up a pot, a jar, a vase, whatever it is that's been broken or shattered in some way, and is still able to make something of that, to somehow give it a new life, to give it a new purpose. That is exactly what God does with us and for us, for our past. Even when we are convinced that nothing good can come from this, I have made a mess and I have wasted so much. You may feel as if you have wasted potential, wasted talent, energy. You literally feel spent and feel as if there is no way that anything good can come from this. And then God does the complete opposite of what we do. He doesn't throw the ugly, broken parts away, He keeps it. He doesn't hoard it, He doesn't put it in a box under His bed for safekeeping. He does something with it, He changes it into something beautiful. He makes something new and even gives it a new purpose. There is a Japanese concept that a friend of mine shared with me a few years ago, and it's called kintsukuroi. And it's basically a means of repairing pottery with gold. And I remember the first time I saw it, and I've never had anything that I've connected to the way I did with that concept. And just thinking about how God mends us, and with not just any material or anything, literally with gold. I don't know if you can imagine that for your life, where you are pieced together and put back together with something so expensive and beautiful as gold. Imagine your life, your past, God using that for something beautiful, mending it, putting it together, something that you deem worthless, with something with worth, that gold. That gold is Himself. He mends us with Himself. And the whole point behind that concept is that whatever is broken would have been or become more beautiful for being broken. Not that it wasn't beautiful before, but having gone through that experience and being mended with that gold, it's even more beautiful. Isaiah 61 and verse 3 says, "To all who mourn in Israel, He will give a crown of beauty for ashes, a joyous blessing instead of mourning, festive praise instead of despair. In their righteousness they will be like great oaks that the Lord has planted for His own glory." I don't know about you, but I've never seen anything else done with ashes except being like thrown into the bush or something like that. And yet, there is this verse that reminds us that God can make something out of nothing. He can take from the nothingness of your past and make something beautiful of it. Like, that is amazing to think about. Like, that is something truly amazing to meditate on. I hope this word finds you, friend. I hope it's something that you have been waiting to be reminded of. That whatever is going on, wherever you are, whoever you are, there is something extremely beautiful that God can do with your past. And all it takes is that yes. All it takes is that sigh, say, okay, it doesn't look like much, but what can you do with this? Be best friends. I'll talk to you soon.